Hey everybody, welcome. Thought I'd take a few moments to maybe explore the PS1 Digital, the console port or the web UI, how to access it from the browser, which is a pretty cool feature. It may get you out of some sticky situations or allow you to make some changes to it that you didn't know you could do. So I've already started it up over here. I've got the X Station installed, so I popped the lid. I would highly recommend that you remove any kind of memory card from here, because when you're making these changes, the screen comes up. So I'm just going to do L2, R2, start, square, and X, and get into the PS1 menu here. And if we go into the Wi-Fi setup, I've already connected to my Wi-Fi network and have passwords. So you can see down here where it says web login username PS1 Digital and password is hidden. So I'm just using the self-generated one. If you don't set it, it will be random when you start up the PS1. So I'm going to press triangle. So I've got my password there, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the browser view. And you can see my IP address is already in here. So I have already gone into the browser, and to save time and whatnot, I've already typed in this information. So let's see what happens. We get to the help screen, and we can see what's going on here. And at this point, I don't need the controller anymore, which is great. So if I go help, you can see I'm at version 1.3.4. Is great. I'm going to maybe adjust the browser window a little bit because I can't see what I'm typing in. Well, that's unfortunate, but I can fix that one way or another. Really pretty tight on the screen. I think we've got it. That looks good. And at this point, just going to go into the setup, and we can see what we've got for, well, let's go into config, explore the menu, and it tells me everything I'm really going after here. What firmware version, the server, the path, what version, and that is directly correlated on the, you can browse to that address and see the path and master whatever you're going to do there. So, you can change stuff also. You can go into setup, and it'll step you through all of the different versions, all the different things you might want to change. You could set something in here, use whatever, and change the default server firmware path if you want to set up your own. Not sure why you'd want to do that. You can also specify whether you want this PS1 to reference the master or a development path or a specific version. So I could actually lock this into 1.3.4 if I wanted, or go into develop, but I'm on the master path at this point, and I'm going to, let's see, we're just going to leave it at that. Default user, you can change it to whatever you wanted. If you want to make it custom password, if you want to specify a specific password, great, you can do that also. Everything you can just specify or leave it at DHCP. All these little things are so configurable. It's so nice. And you can change the resolution if you want. You can see the default's VGA. My monitor doesn't like that, so I'm when you start it up, if you have a blank screen, be aware that you will want to, your monitor doesn't support VGA and you've just installed one, you can change the resolution with R1, R2, triangle, circle, and start. And that'll flip the resolution between VGA and 1080p, or 1080p and VGA. So that can be pretty darn handy and save you some time if you're troubleshooting a blank screen on startup. Interlacer, we've all the things that we can check. Protected mode, just kind of a cool little interface here. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You can go through most everything here. You can do through the console, but you know, there's options, and it put in pretty cool effects. That line going down the screen, that is actually in the web browser. So I thought that was a nice little console effect with scan lines and pretty awesome stuff. And you exit and away you go, and that's all there really is to it. So yeah, it's really a good interface. I like it. So if you have updated to a later version and you find you're having some compatibility issues, you can go back to a different version, or you could download the files and do it some other way, but tools. But really, it's not that difficult. Just IP address and everything, you know. And there you go. I hope you learned something. You know, and keep up the good work, guys. Really appreciate the modifications.